From the dream makers at Disney. An exciting new theme park is coming to Southern California, located right next door to Disneyland Park, celebrating all the fun and adventure of California. Introducing Disney's California Adventure, a brand new Disney park. Opening February 2001.
How does that make you feel, Mike?
I couldn't see or hear it, so.
Oh, okay. It just said, it was a California Adventure teaser, opening in 2001.
Yes.
Folks just joining us, I hate to talk over this, but welcome. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful live stream from Disney California Adventure. I'm Tony in LPHQ East with Mike Celestino coming at you live from Disney California Adventure. Let's sit back and enjoy for just a moment.
We got fun. Hey, folks. You know what? I'll admit, I love to have fun, but this kind of fun sure beats the working at the 5 and 10 kind of fun.
Well, you always add a lot of glass to the 5 and 10, Dime.
Thank you, Sue. That's sweet of you to say.
As soon as we saw her, we knew she was one in the middle.
Oh!
April shower. It was supposed to be indoors. $5 million baby at the 5 and 10 cent store.
Says you, I'm the one who found her.
Horse feathers! I found her! Truth be told, fellas, I started her first. Oh, here we go again!
Continue for an hour.
For 3 or 4. Found $1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store. She was selling China. She made those eyes. Those eyes. That's right. We can buy China until the crowd got wild.
And so did I.
You should run into the shower. Step inside our limo door. She's $1 million baby from the 5 and 10 cent store.
Oh, thank you, folks. Well, you know what? That was my lucky day. These boys stopping in for a tin of Dapper Dan made them look sophisticated. Didn't take me long to realize singing with these 5 could lead to my big break.
Well, I went down, started singing. We started swinging.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but last night we got to perform right over there at the Carthay Circle Lounge.
Talk about swing.
Sorry,
I
I
wasn't
missed
there
that.
on opening day.
It was quite a night, but then this next song really got the crowd on their feet.
Hey, look.
Did I just see Santa Claus in the crowd?
On there. Brother, what are we waiting for?
Take it away, baby.
I think you might be right.
And once again, this is Baby on the drums. Let's hear it for this hardworking band. Oh, yes. All right, fellas, you heard the people. Let's go. It's gonna be hot. All right, fellas, take it home. Thank you all so much.
All right, Mike, that was a great way to kick off the stream. But let's go walk around a little bit here at Disney California Adventure on its 23rd anniversary, as is depicted by our opening commercial back when the park was just being teased with the oddly animated mountain of a grizzly. Of course, California Adventure looked nothing like this back in the day. But first, again, we are live. Let's catch up on some comments with everybody. I didn't want to play over the band. Lori says, happy 23rd anniversary to you, California Adventure Park. Donna, I asked you how that made you feel. Donna commented, the teaser made her feel old. She can remember that. Broken Jeremiah was there yesterday. And Kyle said, while you're in the area, you should head over to Greetings from California, or Burbank Ice Cream, or Maliburitos, or Tour the SS Trustworthy. Oh, wait. All of those are no longer there. Why are we leaving? Why are we heading out?
I thought the entrance would be a good place to start after the show. Yeah.
I was going to say, if I had more time allocated to me today, I would have chopped up the original opening day special. So it looked like you were being chased by security guards, Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood through the park. But alas, Inside Out 2 made a new trailer and so much else happened. So,
that'd be a fun project. Maybe for the 25th, we can
perhaps
get that going.
In fact, we could even have somebody park out by the letter C. Oh, wait, that's gone too. And Kyle references the same thing. Let's go see the California letters. None of this looked like it did back then. This is now Buena Vista Street, which
we do have this plaque.
Well, why don't you read it for us, Mike?
To all who come to this place of dreams, welcome. Disney California Adventure celebrates the spirit of optimism and the promise of endless opportunities, ignited by the imaginations of daring dreamers such as Walt Disney and those like him, who forever changed and were forever changed by the Golden State. This unique place embraces the richness and diversity of California, its land, its people, its stories, and above all, the dreamers it continues to inspire. Dedicated initially on February 8th, 2001 by Michael D. Eisner, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Walt Disney Company, rededicated a good 11 years and some months later by then Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Robert A. Iger, who you may be familiar with.
Just a little. Now, the Eisner, every CEO, save for one, basically has their own castle park. Eisner's is Euro Disney's. But would you say this is more indicative of the Eisner era or Euro Disney / Disneyland Paris?
Oh boy, that's a good question. Well, didn't so what other part? Animal Kingdom would have
Actually,
opened
Eisner
under,
opened a lot.
Eisner.
So Eisner
Yeah.
had studios, Hollywood Studios,
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom, Tokyo Disney Sea. Walt
I feel
Disney
like
Studios Paris, I believe, was under his as well.
certainly, I don't know if you would agree with this. To my mind, Animal Kingdom seems like a big achievement. When I walk around there, I'm just super impressed. I think this park took some time to find its legs, its personality.
Some would argue and say it has a multiple personality complex right now.
That's fair. That is certainly fair.
Kyle says this was clearly and inarguably the very best Disney park to open in 2001, right? I think wasn't
That sounds
Tokyo
right
Disney
to me.
Sea late 2001, Kyle?
Uh-oh.
Check my numbers on that. But yes, all of this was not themed to the extent of what it is now. It was all corrugated metal boxes with some logos slapped onto it, and it definitely did not have this trolley going through it. And that right above you was the former, I'm going to do it like the old planning videos, San Francisco Bridge. Which for some reason became giant Christmas trees at Christmas with lights. I think we talked about this before, but remind me, did you ever get to go there before they made all the changes?
I was certainly here before the 2012 revamp. I think my first time coming to DCA was after the Tower of Terror opened. That was the first thing that really made me want to come to this park. Which
So
I don't know what year was that, 2006?
2004. It was 2004.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
In what is now called Hollywoodland, but back then it was called Hollywood Pictures Backlot. Can we take a left and head that direction?
Yes.
Now, have you noticed any festivities going on or anything today for the occasion?
I'm sad to say I have not. It's mostly just the Lunar New Year stuff, which is the seasonal happening going on right now.
Okay. I think that's because it's the 23rd. I feel like if it were the 25th, it might be bigger.
We'll come back in 2 years and check it out.
Kyle points out that even back then, the park name was different. Call me crazy. It seemed a little bit more possessive. And then Broken Jeremiah says that's not the right one. But Lori also says she loves the state of California so much. Broken Jeremiah says he prefers California Adventure now. Would you agree? I would say there's 3 different phases of the third. What do you think?
Do I think there's 3? Or are you asking which is my favorite?
Which is your when was your timestamp on California Adventure? That's like this was the greatest, or is the greatest, depending on how you see it.
Of the time I've spent in here, I think I do miss the Muppets now that I'm coming up on this area, but that wasn't even original to this park, so it's still down in Walt Disney World. I'm going to say now. Also, I'll agree with that. Of this time that I've been in here, I think it's at its best now.
I think post 2012, post Cars Land, pre Pixar Pier was peak Disney California Adventure.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Which I would consider that to be the second phase, and then the third started with let's IP this. I can't even tell where the sky ends today.
That's true.
On that backdrop,
it's a good match.
Pretty.
It's a nice match today. Very slight difference in color between the backdrop and the real sky. The clouds are a good match too. Pretty nice.
Now, I know you're sad about the Muppets, but I do have to ask you to just take a quick glimpse into my favorite opening day California Adventure attraction, and you're going the wrong way.
Okay.
Turn around.
Yep.
There it is. Can we just take a quick peek in?
Sure.
You know me. You knew this was coming.
Oh, these
Disney
people are
Animation
not.
actually was one of the most, not the most popular. That was Soarin' and California Screamin'. But in terms of opening day attractions, the rave reviews that did exist all mentioned, and for the most part, I should say, the Disney Animation Building. This also has seen some changes over the years, mostly to the exhibits and content inside, and the lobby itself has had a few loops. I remember back when it opened, it had the Emperor's New Groove. Atlantis was in here at one point. I wish they always added to it instead of taking it away, but then I guess people would never leave because the loop would be an hour and a half long. Of course, we come in during the most expensive music from Phil Collins.
It's expensive for us.
Expensive for yeah on YouTube.
Okay. I'll just sing really loudly over it.
Go ahead. Bum, bum, bum. Is my guess right? Oh no, it's not. Okay.
Oh no.
I forgot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, now the second most expensive music. Let's go ahead and leave the animation building.
Okay.
Home of Turtle Talk with Crush, Sorcerer's Workshop, but not the Beast Library because that closed in December.
Nothing gets Tony to want to leave more than Josh Gad.
I've actually been watching Josh Gad promote him and Andrew Rannells promoting Gutenberg the musical. I'm like, this is a tolerable Josh Gad. I like this Josh Gad.
Okay.
But Olaf Josh Gad, I can't do it.
I think
Morgan.
I first knew him from the film 21, which was a adaptation of the book Bringing Down the House about not cheating, but counting cards at blackjack. And then I saw him on Broadway in Book of Mormon. And I was like, hey, it's that guy from 21. Then he became really famous.
That's true. Morgan agrees with you. Those are facts. Nothing will get me to leave faster. I didn't want to bring this up specifically over the live stream, but since she's coming in, I will say Morgan and I have a very close attachment on this lovely birthday of Disney California Adventure to that building we were just in, as that is where I proposed to her. And you were there for that.
I was there. I was there for that. I was there for your matrimony.
Yeah. The Hyperion Theater, home to Rogers the Musical, or formerly home to Rogers the Musical, formerly home to Frozen the Musical. It had a couple like little Disney, I'm not going to say cabaret shows. What's the word I'm looking for? Just like jukebox musicals. Okay. But it was known for one that lasted over a decade. Let's take a look.
Aladdin. All right.
Disney has taken live stage entertainment to new heights. And now it can be part of everyone's day at Disney's California Adventure. Bravo! Disney's Aladdin, a musical spectacular. Only at Disney's California Adventure.
Special thanks to Cow Missing for posting that video. But yes, the Aladdin musical. Did you ever see that one, Mike?
Yes. In fact, I saw the very last show of that one.
I think I've seen either our video of it or a video of it. And
Yeah.
I like that they're like any prince or something like that, and they listed everybody who's ever played Aladdin in the show. And then they started doing that, basically mentioning all the cast members. I thought that was cool.
I shot a video of that. That's up on a competing website's YouTube channel. And the camera that I was using and that I still occasionally use, probably to my detriment as a journalist, Cuts off every 23 minutes. Like it only can do 23 minutes at a time. And that's where the gap happened, like right in that where the genie is listing off all the cast members who were in the show. So there's a chunk missing from my video of that on a competing website, YouTube channel. That's what I remember from that day. No, that day was nuts, though. That day, it was the same day that the Big Thunder Ranch closed.
Okay.
At Disneyland to make way for Galaxy's Edge. It was also the same day that Fantasmic closed. It was the last time they did Peter Pan.
Because the river was about to be altered. So yeah.
It was just one of those days where it was like all day long I was running around covering stuff. But fun. I always enjoy that kind of thing when it just keeps me busy, you know.
Yes. Alex asked, which year did it release, the Aladdin musical? I believe that was 2003, and it was a double theater year, quote unquote, because that's also when they did Snow White, an Enchanting musical or something like that over in the Fantasyland Theater. We'll let you figure out which one was more popular because it lasted over a decade. So, some of the new 2024 merch. Those are so bright.
Mm-hmm. They do remind me of like the neon colors they would use on clothing and kids like Trapper Keepers and stuff when I was growing up. Late 80s, early 90s.
Now, all of this at Disneyland Resort, are we seeing anything that is California Adventure specific that's new?
Not at this.
Maybe not right
shop.
here.
Yeah. I don't see anything specific to this park here.
Kyle comes in. We saw Aladdin and we're wowed. So then we decided to see Snow White the next day. Less wowed. Christian Sanchez asks, did everyone see the new movie Wish?
No.
I have.
I've not
I
seen
enjoyed
it.
I know I'm in the minority, but I enjoyed it.
Tonight we're going to watch The Marvels. And I would like to apologize to Bob Iger for waiting to watch it on Disney Plus. And I'll probably do the same thing for Wish.
I don't know if you knew this. Bob Iger tunes into each and every Laughing Place stream. And you should too by liking and subscribing and getting notified whenever we go live with content. And
if he can't make it, if he's too busy to watch, he has one of his helpers watch and send along any notes or messages.
Somebody else on the board, I'm sure. Yeah.
Right.
So if you're a shareholder, keep those proxy cards handy because we like our viewers here at laughingplace.com. Now, this area since opening day has always kind of been a mishmash, even back then.
Yes.
I know a lot of California Adventure fans know Soundstage 12 there more as Flynn's Arcade from the short-lived Electronica.
I do remember that as around when Tron Legacy came out, or thereafter, right?
Yeah, it was right. I think it was same summer or right after.
So maybe they'll bring it back for Jared Leto's Tron Ares.
Perhaps if they bring back the World of Color, what's affectionately called the Tron Core, the encore little blip at the end of World of Color, that's the name of the movie. 1,000%. That is a favorite little Kyle says it's a Glow Fest, another special event that Convention had. And Donna was curious, did we catch how long the wait was at Monsters? It's okay, we don't have to go back. But
I can't see the number from here. I can see the wait time posting. It's too tiny.
I will say, if this were 23 years ago, that wait time would be about 10 minutes for an attraction called Superstar Limo. Did you ever get to do that?
No, I don't think I ever did it.
Have you ever watched the video?
I've seen the video, yes.
What did you think?
I think I've seen the defunct land on that one.
Okay.
It certainly seemed pretty cheesy. But it's fun to go through and pick out like the guys in the radioactive suits that used to be Drew Carey or whatever.
My wife and I have watched the last season of The Crown, or the last 2 seasons of The Crown. She watched all of them, but I watched it with her because of Princess Di and my fondness for that whole story. But I was horribly upset to find there was not one mention of how they had to change Superstar Limo because of her passing. So, better The Crown.
That could have been an entire episode of The Crown.
Up ahead, there's this giant tower here. Let's take a look at what this is.
There is a place like no other, where a walk down Main Street can be with one.
Hey, the name's Rocket, and I need your help. The Collector has trapped my friends, the Guardians of the Galaxy, in his weird freak show. Check it out. This is the joint we're in, and we need you to help us break out. Got it? Good. Now move it. I gotta go.
Here, there is magic for days.
That's probably the most recent ad I have, for the record.
That's fair. I wanted to point out there's construction walls up now in front of the Hyperion Theater Courtyard. We don't really know what's going on behind there.
Because we've not heard anything about our new show or anything like that.
No, but I bet there'll be something over the summer.
Now, is this part of the Disneyland Forward movement? Are they rezoning from queue to restaurant? Or
no, I think what they are rezoning is they want to rezone the Toy Story parking lot and the parking lot by ESPN Zone, the Downtown Disney parking lot, and then the Simba parking lot, which is behind the now Pixar Place Hotel, and turn all that into theme park space or shopping district space.
Kyle points out we did California Adventure for the first time, and I'm guessing he means 2002, not 2022. Did Superstar Limo. My dad got to play Millionaire. A day or two after our visit, we were driving on the 5, and I said, "Dad, can we go to real Disneyland?" Christian is at the Tower of Terror. It is the Tower of Terror in the past. It is now Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. And Lori Jean points out, this was where I was swayed. I was kind of swayed when I went on. I'm like, okay, that was fun, but I prefer Tower of Terror. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout Monsters After Dark was top notch for me. Have you done Monsters After Dark, Mike?
Yeah, a number of times. It's pretty fun, and I do prefer Mission Breakout to the DCA version of Tower of Terror that we had, which always felt inferior to the Walt Disney World.
I don't think you were alone in that feeling, but yeah. As a Twilight Zone fan, it just hurt me regardless. But yeah.
Sure. I mean, we went back to Walt Disney World in January, the beginning of January, and went on Tower of Terror down there. And I'm still so floored by that attraction's mere existence.
Yes.
The fact that they built this e-ticket ride based on a multiple decades old TV series that Disney didn't even own.
Yeah.
And still doesn't own.
Yep.
But that I love, and that they really put an amazing amount of detail into, and it's just incredible. But I'm fine with this being Guardians here.
Speaking of e-tickets, as we enter Avengers Campus, the second newest land at Disney California Adventure, right? Yeah, that's right. Have we got any more news on the e-ticket coming this way?
Wait, what are we saying is the newest land?
San Francisco Square.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Sorry.
I had to think about it. I'm glad I checked my notes.
That's
but
fair.
Yes.
I guess it's technically a land. Sorry, what was the question then?
What else do we know about the ticket coming this direction? The event.
I feel like we haven't gotten an update on it since the last D23 Expo.
And I think all we saw then is the vehicle.
Yeah,
The ride
and that
vehicle.
they had kind of reimagined the theme of the ride to be about King Thanos.
Yes.
I think previously you were going to Wakanda in the ride, but hopefully we'll get more on that at this year's C23.
Christian wants to know, can you tell us about the Princess and the Frog update? It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
They closed Splash Mountain for the Princess and the Frog retheme into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. You could check out laughingplace.com. We have a lot of content devoted to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is next door at Disneyland and coming to Magic Kingdom Park. Well, who was that just walked by, Mike?
That is Ms. Marvel, whose movie is now available. The new movie, The Marvels, is now available to stream on Disney+.
So there's Miss Marvel.
Yes.
There's Captain Marvel, which alone makes two plural, so the Marvels. But isn't there a third Marvel?
Well, there's Monica Rambeau. Is that who you're referring to?
Maybe.
I think her superhero name is Photon, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think she has Marvel in her name. Sorry to disappoint.
I like the woman who just walked in front of you and kind of ducked to get out of the shot, but yeah. Now, Avengers Campus also home to Spider-Man. Oh no, sorry,
Yes.
Web Slingers Spider-Man Adventure, which took over. It's Tough to Beat Bug, the opening day attraction, and this was all Bountiful Valley Farm and Bugs Land.
Yes.
Do you have a preference?
I actually enjoyed walking through a Bugs Land on my way to other things. I didn't ever spend a lot of time in there, but
Okay.
you know, when you would cut through from the Tower of Terror to other parts of the park, we enjoyed the imagineering.
When you could, you weren't always
the
open to
design,
it, but yes,
right? Yes. And then I remember the last day of A Bug's Land being open. Again, I was working at a different website, and I did all the rides there just to document them and to do them for myself, because I think I had never been on like the bumper cars.
Okay, I've
So
only
I
ever
did
did
them.
those once.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ask me about Heimlich's Choo-Choo Train, and this is the guy's honest truth, I couldn't tell you. I loved Heimlich's Choo-Choo Train.
Right.
And Flix Flyers, which we still kind of have.
Yes.
But yeah, I only did Tuck and Rolls Drive 'em Buggies once. I think.
Yeah.
I was disappointed because they made you drive in a circle.
There were some days where we would stay in DCA until closing, and Heimlich would be our last ride. It could just be like, oh, on our way out or whatever, we should just jump on Heimlich. There's nobody waiting at 9:58 p.m. because all the kids have gone to bed.
I made the joke, and I kind of want to be clear on this. Lori Jean says, when D23 comes, will they talk about Disneyland Forward? Disneyland Forward is not an expansion plan. It's not any like new parks coming or new attractions. What Disneyland Forward is a rezoning effort between Disney and Anaheim, so they could potentially build more things in the future. It is nothing regarding new rides.
Right.
Anything that you see on the websites for it are like, this is hypothetically what we would like to do, but we can't do it with the land we already have.
Right. It's all like theoretical.
Yeah. So I don't think you're going to hear about it at D23 for a long time, and it won't be called Disneyland Forward at that point.
Right. But should Anaheim approve Disneyland Forward, then after that point, hopefully we'll start to get some specifics.
I mentioned it earlier, and I just got a message. Well, I just saw this message from my wife via textual transmission. I'm going to need you and Mike to recreate the opening specials, so I'll start looking at security costumes. So we have elevated from creative editing to full remake. Speaking of Heinleich's choo-choo train, as we exit Avengers Campus, the big rumor is that crane right there was the maintenance lift for Heinleich's choo-choo train.
Right, and they just kind of left it and thought it looked industrial enough to be part of what used to be Stark Industries in universe of Avengers Campus.
Donna says, thank you for the clarification. It all makes sense now. Absolutely, Donna. And I can't tell you how many times I've had to have that same explanation with my friends over dinner. So... Oh, is that
This is Captain America.
Captain America, yeah. I was like, I know it's the same name, but I was to say the second Captain America, but isn't it technically the third? If I know my Disney Plus content a little bit.
Well, who you're saying is the second?
I said Wyatt Russell because that's his real name, but when he filled in.
Oh yeah, that's true. The guy who is now U.S. agent.
Sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow, I hope Mac's watching. Take notes.
I had forgotten about that. I watched that show and I forgot that there was an interim Captain America between those two. And that movie, there's a new movie that I think has wrapped or was in production where Falcon, his name is... Boy, two non-Marvel guys talking about Marvel. He's Captain America and Captain America 4 coming eventually to theaters.
Oh, I'm getting work-related transmissions as well. I might have to send you on an Instagram, or not an Instagram, on a mission in a second.
Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters not running.
What? How is it not running? Go ask
Sam Wilson. It just came to me.
I'm joking. Don't do that.
Sam
Wilson. Yes.
It just finally came to me.
All right. I have to open the Magic Key portal. So if I go a little quiet, I'm sorry. Because apparently there is a straw clip that I have to send you on a running errand for at some point while we're here today. Featuring Stitch.
Or am I anywhere near where you can get it?
I'm looking at where they're at now.
Okay.
But here we are in Parkland, the other big edition of 2012 at Disney California Adventure. And arguably, some will say, what kind of spun the park around.
Yeah, I remember the first time I came here after this opened, and my jaw just dropped because it was so impressive.
I remember I hadn't been to California Adventure since 2010. And when last I saw, everything was still a pit. Like, I complain about Epcot having walls now. California Adventure had the most walls of any park I've ever seen at that time. When I came back in late 2012, and I was staying at the then Paradise Pier Hotel, now Pixar Place, and I was on the glass elevator that rides the outside, and I hadn't seen the parks or anything, came from the airport directly to the hotel, check in, our room is ready, get on that elevator, and I lift up, and I was just aghast. Like, it looked so different. It looked incredible. To open with the aerial shot and see everything I completely knew different was phenomenal.
I'm sort of tempted to try and get on a single rider.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I don't know how long that wait's going to be. That's the only thing.
Okay, so when we go towards Smoke Jumper's Grill, we already walked by Schmoozies. Or Mortimer's Market. Is that the one at the front of the park?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll look for this thing.
So, okay.
It's a straw clip with Stitch. And it's he's holding a heart. So it's like a Valentine's Day one. But
Okay.
they debuted today, apparently.
Oh, great. Well, after we're done here, I'll get
Yeah.
pictures of it too.
So stay tuned to laughingplace.com as that rotating banner down at the bottom says, follow us on Twitter and Instagram for regular updates at laughing_place.
Look at this gorgeous sky. This is what it looks like in Southern California after it rains a bunch. The sky is nice and clear.
And how much rain have we seen, Mike?
Oh, it rained a lot over last week. It just happens to be nice and dry out today.
I remember I was doing posts about Knott's Berry Farm having been closed for inclement weather every 18 hours or so for the last week. And I was reading weather forecasts, and being in Florida where it can dump like 8 inches in an hour.
Yeah.
I was sitting there in that brain of that's not a lot, but then being a native Californian, I thought, but they don't know how to handle that.
Right.
They don't have the infrastructure for that. So it was definitely I was calling family and stuff and making sure they were okay.
Yeah, like 11 months out of the year, it barely rains at all, and then we do have like a rainy season.
Yeah. On this beautiful California day, if you want to come check out Disneyland or Disney California Adventure, I highly recommend talking to our friends at mousefantravel.com. They'll set you up with all your travel needs.
Good thinking.
Coming up over here on the right, probably top 5 attractions at Disney California Adventure. What do you think?
I like it more than I used to when it first opened. We do go on it fairly regularly, which I'm surprised to even say that because these types of attractions are never usually my favorite. But I have this weird personal rule where if I can see everything about what an attraction is from the outside, it doesn't appeal to me.
What?
You know, like if I could see all of what happens from here.
As someone who loves stuff like this because it gives so much kinetic energy to a park.
Yeah.
Like I hate, like we have alien swirling saucers here on this side at Hollywood Studios, and it's all covered up, and I get that because of the weather and the rain, but I'm like, it just, why are you hiding it? Show it.
Right.
Jessica Richardson agrees. Tote Mater is the best. I love the physics of that ride. It's really fun when you somehow fit 3 grown men into one of those little buggies and just hope for everybody's ribs.
One of the tractors is missing its
I saw that.
or whatever.
Did you do alien swirling saucers when you were out here?
I've not done that yet. I've done Slinky Dog Dash.
Okay. I don't know what it is. Is it the music? Is it maybe this one sped up a little bit here at Mater's? I don't know, but it's nowhere near as fun to me as Mater's Junkyard Jamboree is.
Okay.
And the sleeper, this attraction is updated seasonally. So at Halloween you have different music, and at Christmas you have different music, and I feel like that gets overlooked.
And I believe the same is true over at Luigi's.
Correct. Yes. Up ahead we have the Golden Vine Winery, and what was formerly the Imagineering Blue Sky Cellar, and before that the Seasons of the Vine video, I guess you could say, attraction, where you got to see how wine was made, and later moved to Epcot too. Do we know what's going in here, Mike?
Yeah, it's some kind of Disney Vacation Club showcase, right?
Something like that, yeah. Jessica Richardson agrees with me on the best way to ride Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. You most definitely have to play no bones. No one holds on and just smashes back and forth into each other.
I like that. I like that term, no bones.
Kyle says film. Mike, you're a film major. Isn't there a difference between a movie, flick, video, and film?
A movie, flick, video, and film?
A movie, comma, flick, comma, video, comma, film.
Okay. Well, I would say they all are movies.
And being 2001, Kyle, I was wrong to say video. It most likely was Laserdisc, but
Well, I guess a video doesn't necessarily have to be a movie. But
there's
you know,
definitely movies, flicks, and film.
film and video are two different media.
Yes.
Film is a chemical process on celluloid. Video is electronic. They both used to have very different looks, although video these days, digital video, is much better at replicating the look of film. I always thought it was interesting that they settled on 24 frames a second for the frame rate of film because it was basically the least amount of frames they could use and still have the motion be smooth. But because it was like that for a century, that's the look that we got used to, 24 frames a second. Now that looks cinematic to us. And now we have basically reduced the frame rate of video, because you could have video, you know, they've done release stuff in like 60 frames a second or whatever, but it looks weird because we're not used to it. Even though it's technically closer to reality, to what you're seeing in reality, but it doesn't look cinematic because it doesn't look like film. So they have to like dial it back on video to make it look like what we know. That's my little...
Kyle jumps back and says, in theme park terms, a pre-show can be a video, but the main attraction is a film. And he adds, he will not be taking further questions at this time.
So did you say there's a... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Julia Bauer says Blue Sky Cellar is being replaced by DVC. I don't think it's DVC services. They announced that it's I forgot the term they used, Welcome Center or something like that, and it implies it's more than a DVC member lounge. So we'll see. But she is right; they are moving the Imagination Campus activities and space that was housed at the Blue Sky Cellar now over into the former Beasts Library at the Animation Building. Oh, the man himself.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, that was weird.
Mickey in his 1920s Hollywood garb.
He's missing the suitcase, but I'm sure he has a dream.
Right. Alrighty, my friends, we are going to start walking on down.
Or, as Kyle says, and this is 100% true, on opening day, we refer to him as the Big Cheese.
Right.
Going back to the special.
Everybody's always happy to meet
Mickey.
So did you say right here at Willie's Churros is one of the places you can find this?
No, it was Mortimer's Market.
Okay.
We could look there while we're right there, I guess. It wouldn't hurt anything. But
let's see.
The list I had said Mortimer's Market, Smoke Jumper's Grill, which is on the right, so that'll work too.
Okay, yeah, let's go in there. Since we already were down Buena Vista Street. I don't see it here. There is a specialty carrot cake churro for $7.25.
Julia points out Mickey's outfit is from the Red Car Trolley Boys performance, which is true, and it is why I brought up he doesn't have the suitcase, but he's probably got the dream, referencing a song from that show. Seize the Day from Newsies, but also Suitcase in a Dream.
And they would do California Here We Come, if I'm not
mistaken.
They did.
Yes, they did.
Okay, I think I might see it right over here. Yeah. $6.99. Stitch holding a heart. And it's got a little magic keychain on him there.
And the Lotus Flower Glow Cube is back for, I think, the 12th year in a row.
Yes.
I'm joking. I don't know if that's how many it is, but it's been around for a long time.
I wanted to see if we can actually see
we have been asked to get complete and full coverage of the new straw clip for laughingplace.com. So stay tuned to laughingplace.com for those updates later in the day.
I don't see where they actually have them back here, but check back again later.
Smoke Jumpers Grill being another opening day eatery, though it was called Pilot's Grill back in the day. As this area was Condor Flats, the desert air testing facility that was home of our signature attraction, Soarin'. I have a clip, so I don't know why I built it up that way. What construction is this, Mike?
This just looks like the bathrooms and gift shop over here are getting a refresh.
Okay. Hi, guys. From the angle came on my screen anyway, it looked like much of the building facade was gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so no, as we get closer, I see, oh yeah, it's clearly, and they probably just took the scrim off of it because of the storms.
Right. I keep getting texts from Ben Savage because he's running for Congress. I don't know if you know this, but Ben Savage from Boy Meets World,
yeah,
is running for Congress in California, and I keep getting texts from him because I'm registered to vote. And they pop up during the stream, and I'm like reading, what does Ben Savage want now?
Ben Savage or Fred Savage?
Ben. Oh, wait. Are you asking me who I prefer or who's running for Congress?
Yeah, I know. Who you prefer?
I grew up on the Wonder Years when I was a kid, so I would say Fred. I think I watched maybe the first season of Boy Meets World too, but then I kind of grew out of it.
Mike also just passed Soarin' around the world. I believe Soarin' over California comes back for the California Food and Wine Festival in March or April.
We'll say spring.
Lori Jean, I miss old DCA so much. Lori Jean, I agree with you on certain aspects. I miss Condor Flats. I think it's pretty and cohesive the way they brought it into Grizzly Peak area, but I miss the runway with the lights in it and everything like that. Like that was a top-notch thing. And Kyle goes, policy number 1 for Ben Savage, underpants.
I don't get that reference.
It's a Boy Meets World reference.
Okay.
Grizzly River is apparently behind a wall.
Yeah. Winter time every year, they tend to shut this ride down. And
which would explain why the water wasn't on when we were in the performance corridor over at, as we were walking out past the Avengers Campus in that area, Countersland. Grand Californian did not open today. It opened ahead of Disney California Adventure.
By how much?
A couple months, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe a month. Let's have a look. And I mentioned the performance corridor. Mike, you've been covering this park for a while. Of all the parades and such at Disney California Adventure, which one was your favorite?
Well, oh boy,
don't you dare say the one they brought in very early on.
No, I was gonna say, wasn't Paint the Night here for a while?
It was there for a while.
Yeah.
It was at Disneyland first, but it did come over to California Adventure. I believe part of Pixar Fest.
Yeah.
The first Pixar Fest, not the one starting in April.
Right. There was also like the Toy Story Play Parade. I remember that one. That was okay. Yep. That would like squirt water at you, from my recollection. And then today I saw, just before the stream started, the Mulan Lunar New Year procession, which it's not terribly long, but it's fun.
Grand California was January 2nd, 2001.
Okay, so like a month in advance.
You brought it up. Julia's bringing it up, the Pixar Play Parade. So I have to bring it up while we continue our little stroll.
Okay.
and an empty water trough.
Yeah, I just wanted to show that the Grizzly River run has been drained for the most part. Still a little bit of water in there.
Kyle asked a question: is Paint the Night the most disrespected by Disney parade of all time? If it's not, it's top 3.
Disrespected in that they haven't like brought it back enough and haven't like brought it to the East Coast at all.
But no. Well, so I have my sources who have told me they tried by bringing in a truck that was the size of the Mac float and running it through Magic Kingdom, and it didn't work, so they couldn't bring it over.
9 out of 10 people got wet.
I think it's because you have this brand new parade, the first dedicated nighttime parade that Disneyland had in 2 decades, and said, this is amazing, it's fantastic, it pays homage to the Main Street Electrical Parade, it's beautiful, people love it, people like would line up and get a spot on the curb for the day parade and not move until Paint the Night. And then the following year or year after, you know what? Nah, we're bringing back the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Yeah.
And I remember a tweet distinctly that said, so we got rid of our brand new Tesla for an 87 Hyundai. And I thought that was the greatest thing ever. Because I agree 1,000%.
You got to remember, a big part of Disney theme parks is nostalgia. I think you got to factor that in.
Ben's bringing this up, and it's Mission Breakout needs to use the Guardians music IPs and change songs every year. Keep the ride fresh. Could use new soundtracks. It would also keep coming people to see the ride get a new song.
Sure.
That's true. Kyle points out the Countdown to Fun song was originally in Mickey's Waterworks Parade in Hong Kong Disneyland. Also, where Paint the Night originated, Hong Kong Disneyland.
Have we done a live stream walk and talk from Pixar Place Hotel?
We did before it opened.
Okay, so not since
like
opening.
when it was still mid-progress. I have not done a live stream with anybody since the opening.
Do we want to go over there?
I know we did. I don't think we have time for that today, but let's rain check it because I would love for you to go over there. And I know we did a live stream and it was Mac and Doobie from the opening day of that.
Okay.
And I watched the replay. I didn't get to watch it live, but I watched the replay, and there were times I was like, "No, go left, go left. What are you doing? I want to see that."
Oh, the wheel is back. That wasn't there when I was
That's
here.
right, because we thought they moved it to the treehouse.
Not quite the same size.
No, and this one typically works.
The wheel works.
Well, no, the wheel works at the treehouse. It's the conveyance system, right?
Yeah, that keeps bothering me. I'll head over there after this and see if it's working today.
Treehouse wheel update 2024. Stay tuned.
For whatever reason, it bothers me more if something's new and doesn't work than if something is decades old and doesn't work. It's like, come on.
This cue here, is this for what I think it's for?
This is for the turning red character.
Yes. Now let's hope all these people go see it in a theater tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm seeing it tomorrow evening.
I'll be seeing it at some point in the weekend or week, I hope. But yes. And there they are. Mei Lin and Ming.
Do not interview them.
Do not. Don't ask them how their day is.
Big poofy tail.
Ask if they remember you.
I'll just interrupt this family's.
If not, their security does, I'm sure. Jessica says they're so cute. I love that they brought them out. I think they're a great addition. I hope they're back for Pixar Fest. I know the internet has fallen in love with them too. So Kyle goes back to the wheels. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round.
John Lennon.
right. I know in a lot of press materials this is called San Francisco Street, but I always call it San Francisco.
Not
Kyle
to be
says
confused.
He knew Mike would know. Not to be confused with San Francisco. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah.
Okay. The blue sky and everything with there's like a haze kind of around the little spires of Pixar Pier. It looks fake and painted.
It is fake. It is painted, but it is also 3-dimensional
and tangible and real.
Yeah.
Earlier, I forgot to point this out. Lori Jean also said Downtown Disney opened in January 2001. And they're having their big refurbishment right now, which is 100% true. Early Sandwich changes locations pretty much by the week. So, isn't that right, Mike?
Well, yeah, it used to be over there next to the AMC theaters. Now it's in the former location of the La Brea Bakery. And then it's moving over back toward the east side soon. No, the west side. Sorry, excuse me.
And then it's going over by, there's a pop-up going over by Star Wars Trading Post, right?
Yeah, they're still working on that.
Yeah, okay. Well, Mike, what is this?
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
This is Paradise Bay in front of Pixar Pier.
I see a little bubble. What's going on over there?
Little bubbles. This
Yeah.
is where World of Color is performed nightly.
Oh, what? World of Color? Ah. Anybody who knows me knows that's favorite nighttime show possibly ever. Remember Dreams Come True was pretty good too. And Mike, all I heard was what you said on my wedding rehearsal. I knew you'd figure out how to get World of Color in there somehow. Kyle says he sees a wheel and then told me to stop crying. Not this time. Although World of Color, that form that I just showed was the original. Actually, no, it wasn't, because I noticed they have the Brave add-on in there. That was in 2012, 2013-ish. Yeah, World of Color kickstarted the whole radical redo of California Adventure back in 2010. But that's the original World of Color. Not the one that's currently showing at the park, which is World of Color 1, which debuted last year as part of Disney's 100 Years of Wonder Disney 100 celebration. Do you have a preference over the two?
All I know is I like the Christmas one the most.
Okay.
I've said this before.
I often forget that.
Season of Light, I believe, is the title. It looks like it might be a little too windy today for the what's the Zeppelin thing?
The Golden Zephyr.
Golden Zephyr, yeah.
Which is funny because that kind of breaks my heart a little, because I wanted us to go on an opening day attraction, and that was the one I had in mind. So there's usually never a way you can just jump on and you get a nice little aerial view. However, as we're kind of experiencing already, it is in your little cell phone trap where you don't get good service.
Maybe I shouldn't continue in that direction.
Yeah, I would go, if we're doing Pixar Pier, I'd go the other way.
All right, let's go back here.
Tiffany, I think, agrees based on what she said. Yes, it's Season of Light. That is the best one.
Great. Agreed.
The part that I really want to see in person, because I've only seen Season of Light in video, and video does not do World of Color justice, regardless, in my opinion. Just because of the way they play with the space, and there's like a multi-plane effect on the different mist screens. But the one I want to see in person with Season of Light is the Goofy segment with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. Love that part. They really use the whole environment. They got all the lights on the credit coaster.
I see the towering towers, I guess, of the San Francisco Bridge.
Here it is.
You know, I just heard some screaming, and that's how I feel when I leave after World of Color. Oh, I just saw Spider-Man run by.
It's in the wrong land.
Port of San Francisco, San Francisco Square taking over the former Pacific Wharf. Largely the same, just now with some Big Hero 6 theming. For you diehards, the Boudin Bakery is still there. It's just the Ant Cast Cafe now, but you can still get your bread and clam chowder in a bread bowl. And the bread is Baymax shaped now, and I believe. Or do they still have the variety?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
To be honest.
That was the opening day attraction I was kind of thinking of having you go into, but I don't know if you can go in the building. So
I do try to hold my breath when I walk through there.
Well, we wanted to see some Colin and Rosie, so I figured you couldn't hold your breath that long.
Do you want me to go over there, or you want me to go to Pixar Pier?
Just go towards Pixar Pier.
Okay.
Port of San Francisco Square. I'm reading it like that because I'm seeing it on there. San Francisco Square is, we have full coverage of that. That only opened or finished its transformation last summer. Plenty of coverage on laughingplace.com. Check it out. I feel like we haven't had crowd noise issues all day until we go on to Pixar Pier.
Did your heart sink yesterday, Tony, when Mr. Iger said they're going to be leaning more toward sequels and franchises?
Did he say that they were leaning that way, or did he basically say, here comes Moana 2, here comes Zootopia 2, here comes Frozen 4, Frozen 3, Toy Story 5?
I was only following along via the Laughing Place live updates, and I thought they had quoted him as saying that they were steering back toward sequels and stuff, but maybe he didn't say that out loud.
It might have been shorthand for here comes a bunch of sequels. What I go back to is at one point in time, Toy Story was an original idea. At one point in time, Frozen was an original idea. At one point in time, Zootopia was an original idea. Moana was an original idea. I can go on. How did Disney be beaten by Illumination, who even did Migration, an original idea, and they're coming out with Despicable Me 17 at some point in the future? Like, what is happening?
Well, we got, what is it, Elio still?
Elio is coming out, yeah.
Elio.
It might be Elio. I don't know. I have to watch the trailer again. But it got delayed, so we'll see. But when they announced Moana 2, my jaw dropped. I was like, what? Because Moana is probably best of maybe even the best of, no, definitely the best, 2015 to now, I think. Disney animated film. So I was kind of aghast that they were doing that. And then I looked into it a little bit further, and apparently Bob Iger said this in the meeting. That was the series for Disney Plus that was announced, and they're making it into a movie. which I thought was cool because when I went to SIGGRAPH a couple of years ago, which is a computer animation and effects and graphics convention, all they could talk about, and this was in Vancouver, was the Vancouver studio at Disney working on this Moana series. And it was shaping up great, blah, 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 blah. So now they went from television production to film production, active film production, which I thought was cool. But in my notes, I believe, I have to check them. I think I have it written down that they had 10 episodes planned. So in theory, if Moana 2 is okay, or does well, they already have Moana 3 locked and loaded based on...
Oh, boy.
I want to say that speculatively. I cannot stress that enough. That is all speculation.
Uh-huh.
So, but
that it brought to mind, to me, and you'll probably agree, it brought to mind the development of Toy Story 2, which was direct-to-video originally, if I'm not wrong.
Yep.
And then they decided this is good enough to go into the theater.
So I hope so. I really, truly hope so.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Kyle wants to come out and say he said they were leaning on franchises or something to that effect, which I know he has said before also. Then he just called me Tony Peltz. I don't know how to take that. And then in terms of Elio, it would be pronounced, Bob said it like Elio.
Elio, okay.
Yeah, that's and then you have Inside Out 2 coming on June 14th, which we saw about 15 new seconds of in a spot today that you could see on laughingplace.com as well.
That we're going to meet at Ferris wheel.
So Incredicoaster or California Screamin'? Back to California Adventure Talk.
Oh, I think I would probably say California Screamin'.
I think everybody says California Screamin'. Folks out there watching, you let us know what you think. And who was a better launch announcer? Was it D. Bradley Baker or Neil Patrick Harris? My
Neil
answer
Patrick Harris is the one
might
that
surprise
sticks out
you.
in my memory.
Okay.
What's your?
I like D. Bradley Baker. I like D. Bradley Baker with his like fake server.
Okay.
Head back, face forward. I don't know why I made him sound like a Southerner. But
I do really like the Incredicoaster at night. Way
Yes.
more than during the day. The lighting package,
Yeah.
I think you would call it, is just super effective. No pun intended.
now, is that the line for the Incredicoaster or the line for Jack Jack's Cookie Num Nums?
This right here is a standby line for Incredicoaster, and on the left you've got the Lightning Lane.
Okay.
Queue. No, sorry. Strike that, reverse it. Left is standby, right is Lightning Lane.
Okay. And none for Cookie Num Nums. Got it.
There are a few people waiting for the Cookie Num Num.
All right, Mike. You know what else was an opening day attraction? Let's go check the wait time on the Pixar Pal Around.
Okay. When it was called the Sun Wheel?
It was called the Sun Wheel when it opened, and then it became Mickey's Fun Wheel, or as I call it, Mickey's Not So Fun Wheel.
I've gotten better. I think the last time I was on the swinging buckets, I did okay. The first, 3 times I did it, I was just terrified.
Okay, we're going to go check the wait time, and if it's decent, we're doing it on a live stream.
All right.
If it's
All right.
not, we'll call it there.
Fair enough.
And then we're here next to the Roller Coaster Tycoon prop that they built in real life with the chicken hut.
Yeah. Getting real deja vu because we did this. We did this walk recently on a live
It's because
stream.
when we went to look for it was Popcorn Day, and the oh my gosh, what were they called? Velocipoppers? That's not right. What are they called? Popcorn people?
Roto roasters.
Roto roasters.
Not Ronto roasters, but Roto roasters.
Oh, Mr. Potato Head's out.
Well, his eyes look really green on my
Yeah,
iPhone
ours
screen,
too.
but not in reality. But now they're like pink and purple. Weird.
Don't all shout at once. I said, who's your favorite toy? Shout it out.
Woody.
Oh.
Close enough. I love you folks too. Except not.
He said he loves me. He loves all of us folks except the guy who shouted Woody. That's me.
I remember, and this is something that's not talked about a lot anymore, but I remember when the park first debuted and they were talking about California Screamin', and apparently there's extra steel in the ride to make the wooden sound like chuk, 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 like to give the illusion that it's wood even though it's steel. And nobody ever talks about that.
I don't think I've heard that before.
Yeah. Your picture cleared up very nicely. So let's hope for a short wait time on Mickey's Not So Fun wheel. Last time I wanted you to do this, which was last opening day that we did this, you said if you want to see a grown man scream on a live stream, and I've wanted that since then. So, that looks hefty.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a wait there. Sorry.
All right.
One day we'll have to.
Where we ended.
What we should do really is we should plan a stream, and I should get in line like half an hour in advance and just let you know when I'm ready to start. I think that's the way to do this.
Or just like mount the phone so we have a reaction shot of just you on the ride.
Right.
Forever and ever and ever. Make it just a video, not even a live stream. Looking out at the California Adventure skyline. You can't even see Grizzly Peak behind those trees anymore.
I can kind of make it out. It's like right here.
Tyler real quick says, hi guys, happy Thursday. It's not just Thursday here. It's the 23rd birthday of Disney California Adventure. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Let me pull up my schedule here to make sure I don't leave anything off. In the meantime, Mike, when was the last time you rode the Pixar Pal Around?
Sometime within the last year. I couldn't tell you exactly. Why do you ask?
Do moms love the Pixar Pal Around?
I don't know about that one.
Okay. All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining us today on our special anniversary live stream from Disney California Adventure. Be sure to stay tuned, like and subscribe, ring the bells for all the notifications whenever we go live with stuff like this. Coming up, we'll have full coverage of Mardi Gras at Universal Studios Florida. Mike, you're going to a Turning Red fan event, it looks like.
Yeah, the next 2 days I'm at El Capitan Theater in Hollywood for Turning Red and for Shogun, the FX series.
Yep.
So watch out for coverage of that, both of those.
Yep. All right, folks. And remember, and then we have the usual content like Disney Trivia Live on Saturday and all that fun from Tony here in Laughing Place headquarters, East out in Orlando, and Mike in California. Thanks for joining us. So long, everybody.
Bye.
From the dream makers at Disney. An exciting new theme park is coming to Southern California, located right next door to Disneyland Park, celebrating all the fun and adventure of California. Introducing Disney's California Adventure, a brand new Disney park.